So y'all see what's been going on with Akaash's wife? I made a whole video about the whole thing. She's basically doing him filthy. And we got these shorties out here defending her actions.
Was your wife? What? What made you think it was okay to actually come on the internet and shame someone else? Also, how has she sent Indian people back 100 years just because she's expressing herself and talking about her own experiences?
Miss, promiscuity isn't even a stereotype associated with Indians. But if you keep pushing this narrative, do you want it to be? Because the last thing your community wants, going viral worldwide, is the wife of a mainstream comedian proudly admitting she was popping her punani in college.
Yeah, she said that. She made a whole video glorifying, yeah, I was in college popping my thing-a-lang on everything moving. And she got a whole husband. And then she was talking crazy to her husband, telling him to shut up. I will link that video at the end of this video. She was wilding. And now you got shorties that will literally deflect and defend this behavior. For what? Simply because she's a woman.
Nothing empowering about that. There's nothing cultural about that. And there's definitely nothing progressive about helping turn your own people into a punchline.
Right.
Especially when you're the same type of woman demanding men stop objectifying you.
Yes.
While simultaneously bragging about behavior that does exactly that. It's not representation. It's not liberation. It's embarrassment packaged as empowerment.
I'll tell you what's sending us back 100 years. Content that you put out. Why you think it's okay to
Content that we put out as a byproduct of your actions. Am I lying? We wouldn't have nothing to talk about if this goofy shit didn't happen to a lot of men. We wouldn't have nothing there would be no red, blue, black, purple, white, green, rainbow pill. If it was just very genuine and an honest exchange between two human beings. But it's not that. So now, here's the content.
shame women? Also, your comment about, oh, she's not a comedian. She's also not a celebrity. She's also not media trained, I'm assuming. She's just using TikTok like all of us are using TikTok. And usko nahi kaam karna, who makes you?
What is the point of even mentioning that? To my knowledge, she don't even have a job. Her man pays for everything, and she out here disrespecting him.
You the authority to call her a loser.
Well, you said it. She's using TikTok. If you feel the need to share your dirty laundry on social media, you just invited everyone watching to give their opinion.
That's a fact. I had to learn that lesson. That's a fact.
But to react, then get the F off the internet. Keep it to yourself.
Right.
Foolishness.
This is gonna sound mean because it is, but whenever I hear people, especially men, but also women, talking about, oh, women have lower standards these days, modern dating is all about women hooking up and losing their social value because they're like sleeping with all these people, I genuinely think that you are less valuable to society because of that opinion.
Because we say the truth of what it is. What is she talking about? We make an observation and be like, oh, wow, this is getting real crazy out here. People just hooking up with each other left and right. We see it with the statistics, with the STD rates. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got something. You know what I mean? It's continually, like, progressively becoming a more and more promiscuous society where, you know, hookup culture is just the norm. So anyone that's actually trying to build something is harder for us because women who are actually looking for a man, a good man, that's looking for people like myself and other good men are having a hard time because we got to weed through all the people that's like, yeah, let's just, you know what I'm saying? And if you do that, I'm not trying to shame you. Do your thing. But she over here saying we less valuable because of that. No, we just see what's going on and recognize that it's an issue that's contributing to our demise when it comes to finding companionship and finding our partner. There's people that are older than me. I was in an Uber. You know what's funny? Every time I'm outside, I could be talking to a random person in an Uber. Somehow the conversation becomes about dating. This dude was twice my age. I'm 27. He was like 48. He was like, yeah, I was dealing with this girl. She told me about her baby father. And I had to hang up on her because I didn't even know she had a baby father, and I was about to, go see her because she doesn't live in America. And I'm from Africa, telling me his whole spiel. I'm just like, wow, you going through, I literally said this. I said, wow, you going through it too, huh? He's like, yeah, man, I don't understand these women. I'm like, bro. All right, let's keep being promiscuous. Let's just do it.
Like, I genuinely couldn't imagine being friends with someone who thinks that way. And I genuinely find it embarrassing that these are the men that you're supposed to be dating.
This is you literally just, quite frankly, disrespected your father. Because he would probably agree with the same shit that you're disagreeing with.
The foolishness. You can't make this stuff up. She calls men with standards less valuable. But let's talk about...
Didn't I say this? I said the more standards you have, the more self-respect you have, it's going to be harder for you everywhere, especially in dating. It's because a lot of these shorties is looking for a man that they can use. And then in the long run, when you get with this person and you don't have standards, they end up ditching you and throwing you to the curb because they don't respect you at the end of the day. The same men that they be like, I want to respect and this, that, and the third. I want to be able to look up to my man and have me be led by him, is the same dude that's going to have standards. And it's like they don't understand that. A lot of them don't understand that.
Real world value. Do you know who faces the brunt of the consequences for the hookup culture she's defending? Women. Women acquire more STDs. Women undergo the trauma of abortion. Women suffer the mental health and pair bonding issues linked to high body count. She's so busy shaming men with standards, she doesn't see she's championing a system that grinds women into dust. So
Facts. He brought up a really good point. I didn't even think about that. This man is smart.
I ask you, do you want a society that encourages this?
Like, I'm not embarrassed for the woman because it's hard out there, but it is embarrassing if your husband or boyfriend thinks that way. Like, I don't want to be friends with you people if that's what's happening. When I have kids, I will not allow them to be friends with people like that. I will not allow that kind of discourse in my life because I'm smarter than that. And the people around me are smarter than that. It's so
Yo, man, shout out to anybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to hold my thought.
cringe.
What? This woman has the audacity to talk about kids. So you're saying you want your children to be promiscuous? You want your daughters popping punani in college like Akaash's wife? Why do these women advocate for this? Let's show you why.
Today's think piece is going to be on the glamorization of hosation. The glamorization of hosation. And I've been wanting to talk about this subject for a very long time, but I'm so worried that women are going to read and listen to what I have to say in the wrongest ways. Like, I'm not trying to shame people or kick them down. I'm just trying to hold them accountable. And I'm so tired of seeing people glamorize ghetto, ratchet, asinine behavior. And if you feel like, okay, no, women should continue to do this, this is mine, I'll take it. Let's agree to disagree.
Let's see what she has to say.
Kryptonite.
Exactly. Accountability. Every woman coming out of the woodwork to blast men for holding them accountable is a woman who likely executes this exact behavior.
Make no
Facts.
mistake, they wouldn't be saying any of that shit if it was a white girl, because white...
What the hell does race have to do with anything? What is she talking about? If anything, we recognize it in any shorty. It don't matter the flavor, the color, the race. What is she talking about?
Bro, everybody does that shit in college.
You see, they're all doing it because they are terrified of being shamed by the sisterhood. But in the back of their minds, they still think they're worth the princess treatment and marriage one day. And they still expect men to provide it. It doesn't work if men are saying,
Run! Get to the chopper!
The
Legendary
men on here
scene.
be so ready to bash a woman, and it's like, bro, y'all be grasping. So you mean to tell me that y'all actually believe that Akaash and his wife came out and said that they're virgins, and then she got on the podcast, is talking about how she was getting slutted out in college, and it's catching him off guard? Either she's lying on the podcast or they lied to y'all. But either way, she didn't finesse him into marrying the woman who he thought was a virgin. Because if she did, why the would she get on the podcast to snitch? Like, be so for real.
Girls do. I mean, Steph Curry did it. Will Smith shorty did it. What's her name? Jada Pinkett Smith did it. What's the other shorty that did it? There's a couple people that did it. So, what are you talking about?
Why would you get on the podcast to snitch on yourself? If you and your husband truly believe that y'all were both virgins when y'all met, and then not only were you not a virgin, you come out and say you were a slut. I don't like y'all.
Okay, let's say it's a publicity stunt. Is Akaash benefit?
And it doesn't even, like, he gets no benefit off of that. I said that in the video. I said, even if it's a lie and this is like some ploy to get like views or whatever the fuck, this does not benefit his image in any way. Any way.
Fitting? Remember Will Smith? That entanglement didn't work out well
See what I'm saying? Okay, we on the same plane. We on the same plane.
for him, huh? He became a freaking meme. Guess what's happening to Akaash right now? It's
Meme.
fascinating how women don't see this. She's openly disrespecting her husband and herself. Can you imagine if one of the guys she's appears on the podcast?
I just feel like it's classless. I just feel like it's ghetto. I just feel like it's asinine. How could you sit there and say, this is your friend, this is your co-host, this is someone that you respect and you love, but you're literally talking about her husband in lust? It's not that deep to you, but it's deep to a lot of people because it just shows you have no respect.
That's a fact. Yeah, we gotta give credit where credit is due. Shout out to her. She got her mind screwed on right.
And you are married. I'm telling you, if she was a man, the double standards, if she was a man.
Oh, crucified immediately. Banned off the internet. Done. Jumped. Ridiculed. Violated.
A lot of us would be on him like white on rice. Imagine your husband has a co-host and he's over here telling the co-host, yo, your wife is hot, so hot. I want us to do an orgy so bad. Her boobs are insane. Her ass, super tight. Like,
Yeah, fighting. We fighting. For sure. Throwing hands.
you guys are hot. I just want to be both. And then I remember the co-host brought her husband and Akshay and his wife. I guess they were together. They were having a conversation on the podcast. And she was just like, love you. Bye. I want to F everyone in this room. And
She said that? Yo, she's a demon.
when the guy was talking, the co-host husband, Akshay's wife was just like locked in on this guy. And you could just see her like
Mesmerized.
like, reaching. But like for her to just like really be dissolved in this man.
Right next to your husband. No respect. She not like him. But now I have to tell you this 1,000 times. Ni pas aimer où?
Where is your respect? Where is your class? Where is your dignity, man? I could never. If my friend was out here like trying to jump on my man, I would be a little mad. I would be like, where's your respect for me? Where's your respect for me? And
Boom, the double standard. Rules for thee, not for me. These women are not special, especially when they're acting like this. Western society is so comfortable with disrespecting men that women have no problem doing it blatantly, even in marriage.
Yeah, it's become normalized. Like, it's like you're looked as an oddball if you say good. If you're a woman and you say good things about men, they will look at you like, what hole did she crawl out of? Are we living in the same world? What's wrong with her? Like, there will be shorties that literally try to sabotage a good thing that you got going on because they really don't like men. They don't really not like men. They just having a hard time. And they refuse to take accountability and be like, if I'm getting into all these different relationships, what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? Nope, it's always your fault.
this is just one example. But I've seen like women promote, yes, you know what? Men cheat, might as well do it too. Like they promote like cheating on a man, beating on a man, like being low class and low value.
Oh yeah, if you're from New York, there's shorties that literally admit, yeah, I fight dudes. And I look at them like this. I'll be like, huh? Oh yeah, I be putting my hands on dudes all the time. You know what I'm saying? They be like, niggas ain't shit. Huh? Why are you telling me that? That is distasteful. I don't want a shorty that fight dudes. Cause now if you hit me a little too hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to walk away and punch a wall or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to walk away and punch a wall because you're wilding. You're wildin'. But let's continue.
Men don't promote that shit anymore. I know Red Pill, but Red Pill has died a long time ago, at least on my feed.
Nobody watches Red Pill shit like that no more, gang.
But I've seen more women just act super ghetto and super ratchet. For what? I do not think it's classy or for you to take pride in beating a man, or like you cheating on him, or you getting your lick back. When you are hurt and broken, leave that man alone.
Literally, that's it. It's a simple solution. Just leave him alone. Let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? You hurt, and it's all right. I understand it. A shorty do me filthy right now. I'm not about to go to the next shorty and do her filthy. You know, that's fucked up. They don't deserve that. A lot of shorties do that. They'll get into the next relationship and get revenge on they shorty, on that dude through that man. And then now he has to deal with that. He like, yo, everything was going smooth, and all of a sudden she just started transforming in front of me. That's where you get the random attitudes. You get the weird like waves of intimacy, non-intimacy. It's just like, what is happening here? The worst type of love is one that comes from a rebound or revenge. Good luck.
You turning into the monster that poisoned you first is not a flex.
It's not.
And it should not be promoted. That is just.
And a lot of dudes run around with this rhetoric like, oh, shorties ain't nothing. Because of what y'all do to them. What you do to him. Because you got hurt by one dude. So the cycle just makes the problem worse. And all it takes is for a good dude to experience that shit once. His whole life is going to change.
My opinion.
First off, the red pill is not going anywhere. Why?
Why?
Because the red pill is the truth. It's about seeing the world as it is. Not
okay, if he's talking about it in that content, yeah, people still watch red pill content. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of the red pill dudes, yeah, some of them secretly are in a relationship with single moms and doing all kind of weird stuff. That's why you got to really vet whoever you're watching and make sure that they live in the life that they say they live on this camera. Because it's very easy to pretend to be somebody you're not. Right? Including me. Vet me out.
as we wish it to be. It has nothing to do with promoting the ugly behavior she described. It has everything to do with exposing the root cause. The truth is, women have a massive problem with accountability.
That's
they
a
want to
fact.
blame red pill for the symptoms, but they refuse to look in the mirror at the disease. It's easier to
Red pill is a byproduct. Red pill content, the truth content, let's just call it truth content, right? Things that I make, is a byproduct of what the fuck they do. I wish I didn't have to make these videos. I really do. You think I get excited to make these? Oh yeah, another reaction video to shit that I think we should have been solved by now. No, but I gotta keep spreading the message.
play the victim and call men the villain than it is to do the hard work of being the hero of your own story.
Crazy work, y'all.
The red pill isn't
Crazy work. But hey, man, shout out to my boy over here, man. Shit Highlights Daily. Drop a like, sub to the John. I ain't gonna lie, bro. So insufferable. Trying so hard to defend Jezebel behavior. Then they act dumb when men aren't dating. Facts. If a man treated a wife like this, it would be considered abuse. Facts. Hey, man, yeah. I'm gonna link the Akaash video at the end of this joint. This is wicked work, man. Wicked work. You know what I'm saying? Wicked work. This doesn't benefit him in no way. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. It just makes him look crazy and makes you look like a tuti. That's it. There's no way this is a scheme. It has no benefit. But hey, y'all let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow on Instagram if you want to send me any clips to react to. And yeah, man, y'all have a good one.